Today we're taking an old 1984 Volkswagen Westfalia out to Padre Island National Seashore. We rented it on Outdoorsy and had a really cool trip. Padre Island National Seashore is 70 miles of undeveloped barrier island, the longest in the world. We picked up the Westy in Austin, took it home to pack up. It's got some solar panels up top, which provide it with a working kitchen, refrigerator, stove, and sink. Got a fold-out table. The couch or seat folds out into about a full-size bed. And when you pop the top, you can unfold that top bed for a twin-size bed up top. It's also got some great classic tapes and a USB outlet up front. You can even plug your phone in, get your directions going. So we're headed out. We decided to take the long way. You can head down through San Antonio for a little bit of a quicker trip, but we went ahead and decided to hit Lockhart for some barbecue for lunch. So it's about 4 hours to get down there. Beautiful day. Ronnie's having fun. Here we are in Lockhart, headed to Black's. Got that brisket sandwich and a few other things. Ronnie gets a tiny nibble. Got back on the road a few hours later. We're starting to see some water. And we just took 358 down to Corpus. There's, home of Whataburger. Hit 22 straight into the park. And we really just stayed in the very first couple miles. It is a 60-mile park, but we just stayed up in the top in the paved road area. But if you want to take your four-wheel drive vehicle down further, you certainly can. Just make sure you bring your emergency supplies. There's all kinds of stuff to do in the park: hiking, bird watching, surfing, boating. You can go windsurfing over at Bird Basin. You can fish everywhere. You just need to have your saltwater license. Here we are, we're about to take a left to Malaquite Campground. We decided to stay there because they've got flush toilets, cold showers, a few grills. It's right on the water, just gorgeous. Here are the restrooms. And none of the campgrounds out here have hookups, but they do have dump stations and water filling stations. A couple grills on the beachside spots. And there are no reservations at any of the campgrounds. So this one's probably the most popular. But if you can't camp here, you can probably find another spot, and worst case, you can try parking on the beach. It'd be great if we had 4-wheel drive. That'd be really fun to go down and park somewhere remote, but we did not on this trip. So we're walking back over to the check-in station. You can bring cash, check, or write your credit card number down. You're just going to fill it out and drop it in that box, and then walked down to the beach. There's also some outdoor showers right there. We rinse the dogs later in those. Dogs are loving it. They are required to be on leash at all times during your visit. We did take them off leash for a few minutes when we were far enough away from everyone, but definitely kept Ronnie on leash unless she was right in the water, because there are coyotes in the park. And there's just no one out there. There are people, by the campgrounds and the visitor center, but there's just so much open space at the beach. It's just amazing. We saw 3 deer up on the ridge line there. Went up to check out the dunes for a minute. Beautiful sunset. Went back up, washed the dogs off in the shower, and got back in the camper van. Had a little bit of ramen, some other camp snacks. Bright and early the next morning, got some beach towels hanging. You can stand up, it's so nice in there. Made some tea. It's too early for Ronnie to face the camera, but Ladybird is awake and happy. We headed down to the end of the paved road. There's restrooms down there. We just parked for a few minutes and walked down to the beach. There are quite a few people right here where the road ends, but again, you've got over 60 miles of remote beach beyond that, so you can definitely find a spot for yourself that's a little bit more private. Here we are back up at Bird Basin Campground. We wanted to stay on the beach side. This is the Laguna Madre side. Lots of kite surfing going on over here. A few less facilities. They've just got the chemical toilets. Not a big fan. So, but it's a cool spot. And then we headed back to the nature trail on our way out. It's less than a mile, just a nice little 20-minute walk. Saw some cool kind of mini Joshua tree looking guys. And that was about it. We made a quick trip. I would definitely recommend at least 2 nights if you're coming from Austin, since it is a bit of a drive. But we had a great time, just packed it in and headed out for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you've been, if you are planning to go, and have a good one.